Aloha. This is Doc in Hawaii. I'm still on my early morning walk. Social distancing, as you can see. There's nobody around me. It's quite empty, but also very beautiful. During this segment, I kind of want to speak a little bit about the mass transit rail system that Hawaii's been trying to create at a cost of about $9 billion. One of the questions that has been raised recently was whether or not rail ridership would actually meet the demands to help with the cost of the rail as well as the operations and maintenance. Well, I think because of the pandemic, we can faithfully say that no, ridership will not meet the demands of the rail project's funding or its operation and maintenance. A mass transit system right now is not viable with social distancing. The rail cars were built with a capacity to transport a number of folks from East Kapolei to Honolulu, preferably Waikiki. They've moved businesses, they've lost a lot of businesses due to construction, and things will never be the same where those areas have been impacted. But when I think about mass transit, $9 billion cost of the rail, I have to consider the fact that the pandemic has produced another anomaly in getting it up, running, and operating. And that is social distancing. I can see every day how the bus has been impacted by social distancing because most of them are running right now pretty empty. The handy vans that transport senior citizens to and from doctor's appointments, pretty scarce. They have to keep a certain amount of distance between all passengers. And so that's going to be its cost. It's going to be, it's not even going to work after a while. Gotten money from the Federal Transit Administration, having sold bonds and bought paper in order to fund it, was relying on ridership in order to meet its goals and demands for operations and maintenance. Well, the rail cars that were built during a different time, not like today. And social distancing will change all of that measure. It will change the measure of how the cars have been constructed. It will change the measure of the ridership that they counted on. It's going to change whether or not the rail project will even be complete. Because right now, it's running from East Kapolei to Waipahu, through Pearl City and Aiea, past the stadium, Pearl Harbor, and at the airport today. With construction being halted due to the pandemic, people aren't working, and people aren't working on it. We just don't know if the project was worth it to begin with. I can tell you personally, I first saw it as a white elephant, a steel wheel on steel rail train system on an island surrounded by salt water. Absolutely made no sense. Are you kidding me? With that, I'll let you ponder whether or not Hawaii's got some issues, because I certainly see them. The media is not talking about them. Politicians aren't talking about them. Our local district representatives aren't talking about it because nobody knows. And everybody's trying to figure out how they're going to survive day to day with this pandemic, social distancing, and all of the closures of clubs and bars and restaurants and hotels. Nobody knows what the future is like. But I can tell you, it's going to take more than 6 months to get Hawaii back up and running and to get people back in to Hawaii flying from the mainland or internationally It's going to take more than 6 months. Are you kidding me? Aloha.